So Dr. Michel is going to be speaking about aortoiliac occlusive disease, role of covered stents, which has now become very important, and there's a lot of debate whether to use covered stents routinely in iliac stenting or the bare metal stents are good enough. So Dr. Michel would be the right person. He is also the chairman of Asia Pacific Vascular Society. He couldn't make it because of COVID pandemic, couldn't come physically to Delhi, but he's there online. Dr. Michel, over to you.
Okay. Good morning, Dr. Kanar. Good afternoon, maybe. Thanks again. So I would like to speak on cover stent for aortoiliac occlusive diseases. You know this task 2 recommendation. For type A and B, it's recommended endovascular treatment, but for type C and D, it was recommended surgery. You know that surgery is a good procedure with good result, good long-term result, but it's a high-risk procedure for the patient with an operative mortality rate between 3-4% and a morbidity rate 8-12%. So we can say now that task two recommendation is outdated, and now endovascular treatment is a primary approach for all aortoiliac patients, less invasive alternative treatment. And it was proven by Leville a few years ago. If you compare surgery and endovascular procedure for task C and D lesion, there is no long difference for the long-term follow-up. So it's an equal procedure concerning primary and secondary patency. So endovascular procedure is the first treatment to be proposed. Which technique? PTA alone, maybe just for very short lesion, and we can say that with PTA alone, we have poor long-term result. PTA plus stent is better, and we have better long-term result with stent. Stent is superior to PTA alone, and we have a lot of publication on that at aortoiliac level. You have to choose the stent. You have several options: self-expanding nitinol stent, self-expanding cover stent, balloon expandable bare metal, balloon expandable cover stent. You will see later different stent, and also ortho-stent graft. You know very well balloon expandable uncover stent with advantages and disadvantages. Advantages: high radial force, precise placement at bifurcation, minimal foreshortening, indication for calcification, for calcified lesion, and aorto bifurcation. It's easy to place in common iliac when we want a precise placement. And you have also self-expanding uncover stent with some advantages and disadvantages: high flexibility, but the radial force is less than with other stents. The precise placement may be difficult, so maybe for some lesion, balloon expandable stents are better. Self-expanding uncover stent indicated in majority of external iliac lesion because sometimes it's tortuous. When larger stent is needed for tortuous fragile vessel, especially external iliac artery. But if you have calcification, calcified lesion, balloon expandable stent are better. Uncover stent prevent elastic recall, incomplete prevention of embolization, no solution in case of rupture, collateral are not compromised, self-expandable stent less likely to compromise side branches, easy to rewire, balloon expandable are more rigid, less conformable. So now, when you choose self-expandable stent or balloon expandable stent, you must know that you have the restenosis and TLR rate is less with self-expandable stent. For the long-term follow-up, maybe less expandable stents are better. And it's also in this publication by Krankenberg some years ago. Now you have cover stent. It's more expensive, maybe more difficult to use in some country. Cover stent, you have self-expandable cover stent, Hemoban, Fluency, and balloon expandable, which are rigid. Self-expandable stents are very flexible. Cover stent, some advantages: potentially better patency, prevent in-stent neotimal hyperplasia, prevent plaque protrusion through stent, decrease the risk of complications stemming from distal embolization, perforation, rupture, or dissection. Balloon expandable cover stents are superior for task C and D lesions. Some disadvantages for shortening placement close to bifurcation could be problematic. Less loss of collateral, lumbar artery, IMA. So, some self-expandable cover stent, we don't have a lot of reports. Some BARC Fluency could be used, also Viabahn in some cases. But now you have covered stent, balloon expandable stent, which are more used in most of the cases. The first trial was the COBEST trial with V12, 86 patients treated for type B, C, and D lesion. If you look at the result for task B lesion, you don't have significant difference between cover stent and bare metal stent. But if you look at task C and D lesion, cover stent are much better than bare metal stent. And at long-term follow-up, 5-year follow-up, you can see that cover stent are better than BMS. For task C and D lesion, it's recommended in task C and D lesion as first choice. And now you have also other new cover stent like BARD, Livestream, BigRaf, GOR-VBX. And if you look at this stent, the new ICAS Atrium Advanta V12, you see that the patency is very good at 3 years follow-up, 80%. With the Livestream from BARD, also, you have a primary 3-year patency, which is high, 77%. So it's very good stent for type C, D lesion. And freedom from TLR for this Livestream, 3-year, 84%. So you have very good long-term patency, and an example with this stent. B-stent also is a very good cover stent with good long-term follow-up, as you can see here. Freedom from CDTLR at 1 year, 96%, it's very high. GOR-Viabahn, VBX, also very good stent for the future. And you can see that the primary patency for all lesions, 91% at 2 years. So very good long-term patency, an example also with this stent. So if you compare all these 4 cover stents, you see very good long-term patency, long-term maybe not at 2 years, but at 3 years, 86, 84% with V12 and Bolster. So very good stent for type C and D lesion. So I would like to finish with a new technique which is developed now, the CIRAB, covered endovascular reconstruction of the aortic bifurcation. That means you place a stent in the aorta and 2 other stents in iliac artery to reconstruct this aortic bifurcation. And you can see in this first publication, very good long-term patency at 3 years, 87% for the primary patency. Another publication with the same long-term patency and at 5 years follow-up, recently published at this meeting this year. You see that primary patency at 5 years is 83%, secondary patency 96%. So that's the stent we can use in the future for this kind of lesion. Also, stent graft, when we have some aneurysm, you can use stent graft also. Indication for cover stent, TASC CD lesion, aortoiliac reconstruction, high embolic risk lesion with some calcium perforation, instant stenosis. So to conclude, endovascular treatment is the first treatment to be proposed. Indication enlarged to TASC C and D lesion. It's as good as surgery, maybe better, less complication, result comparable to surgery. In simple lesion TASC EB, all devices will perform well, but in complex lesion, cover stents is a better option, better long-term outcome, decrease the risk of complication. Disadvantages may be loss of collateral and the cost. And I know in India, I saw the previous speaker speaking on that. The cost is high. Maybe in India that's a problem. But if you can afford that, that's the best treatment for this kind of procedure. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Michel. We are going to be talking about taking the discussions later, maybe after Dr. Kadro's talk and your second talk.